There's a lot going on in the world of events, especially with Bonnier. And Jonathan Moore, you guys have some really big projects coming up that are very exciting, but they have a lot of questions that people are asking. So tell me about this Automotive Festival in the Middle East.
Sure, Kevin. It's really exciting. We were engaged by the General Entertainment Authority of the government of Saudi Arabia to be part of something called Saudi Season. Saudi Seasons is a event or a series of events across the kingdom, all about bringing unique opportunities from a cultural experience and an entertainment experience to the people of Saudi Arabia. As part of that, Riyadh Season, which is the event that we'll be a part of, will host an automotive festival, and within that we'll be responsible for creating an aftermarket automotive festival that'll have lots of different components and really be exciting for the people of Saudi Arabia and the region in general.
And I'm imagining people from around the world.
Yeah, I think it'll be a global audience. It's hard to tell as it's our first run, but we're certainly going to market it globally. They've got a significant budget to get the word out. We're going to bring the automotive motoring community there globally, and so we're excited about it. Lots of brands, lots of celebrities, fantastic cars, so it's really exciting.
So what does that mean for aftermarket companies and car-related people here in the United States?
Yeah, so it's kind of a unique opportunity because the government of Saudi Arabia recognizes the passion in the region for automotive. They want to bring the aftermarket community there, and they've basically hired us and staked us with the resources to help make that happen under the guise of the kingdom and the government to create an aftermarket expo, an aftermarket activation that will really give companies the opportunity to get into this audience.
A lot of these businesses are very busy doing events in their own country, locally, whatnot. So to say, hey, let's do this, maybe across the sea, could be asking a tall order. So how does it become easier for the manufacturers?
So this is where the government of Saudi Arabia has really come up to the table and stepped up in a big way. So in addition to helping us do what we need to do to organize this as event organizers, they've agreed to help us incent all of those companies with the mechanism that they need to participate. So that would include us covering their expenses to get there, us covering the expense of building their stands, us doing those things, us shipping their materials there. We've got this in a mechanism whereby the manufacturers or the brands that will be represented really only have to bring their people, and we'll pretty much take care of everything else from there.
So this really sounds fantastic. And it's unlike most any offer that a company might get, because normally it's, hey, we want you to participate in our event, and that means I got to cover travel, I got to build my stuff, I got to figure out who's going. And you're saying that those components are going to be covered financially.
They are, and again, this is what's part of what's the transformation that the kingdom is really trying to make. And so they are staked with financial wherewithal that's unique. And so as part of the transformation and the vision for 2030, which is the ambitious goals that the kingdom has set to redefine the kingdom, part of that is to invest into creating these types of opportunities. So the investment that they're making has multiple objectives. Obviously, it's about creating a unique environment in the kingdom and bringing entertainment to the audiences that are there and the citizens of Saudi Arabia, but it's also about opening up that market to the rest of the world to bring in new business, and the aftermarket market and automotive in general there we know is just such an important component. So they've looked at this as an opportunity to say, hey, listen, we'll invest to bring all these brands here, to open this up. It's part of what we want to do for the citizens of Saudi Arabia, but obviously there's also a business component of it that'll open up this region hopefully for years to come.
Well, and the little bit that I know about that Vision 2030 concept, it reaches every aspect of the population. So they've got programs that they're trying to extend the lifespan of their citizens to improve the physical fitness. So this is general well-being, and one of those components is automotive commerce and enthusiasm. And there's a lot of other types of things that are going to be happening as well. They're adding art to cities and all kinds of stuff, right?
Absolutely, and that's the thing that's unique about this, and it's quite candidly somewhat exciting, right? Because Saudi Arabia has embarked on what could be an historic transformation. They have an aggressive budget to do that, and you're right, Kevin, it's across everything. The Worldwide Wrestling Federation is there, Live Nation is there with concerts. There's all kinds of great things that are happening, and it goes from cultural to spiritual to business, and all of those are about an investment in the future.
Well, and the reason why I bring that up is this is more than just they want to have a car show.
No doubt. And there is as part of Riyadh season, there are, I think, 7 different themes. And so our theme is under the speed umbrella, but there's a theme about joy, there's a theme about exploration, there's a theme about discovery. And all of those different things have different components. They'll bring in different activations and different experiences, but really celebrate all these great things that are to a large degree, new opportunities in the kingdom for a long time. And so it's exciting to be a part of that. It's exciting to be a part of this transformation. It's been eye-opening for us as we've gone through this, because as we've done it, we've learned so much, and the passion of the people and the welcoming of the government to have us come in and do this has really been special.
What types of things are we going to see happening at this event?
It is a really action-packed event. It's going to have a lot of different things. We are responsible for organizing an exhibition of aftermarket. In addition to that, we'll have live action demonstrations, and that'll include drifting, and it'll include off-road. We'll have celebrities, all kinds of celebrities. We've got a great list that we're putting together right now, and have a few confirmations that I can't quite talk about yet, but very exciting. And we'll have an auction. We're going to bring roughly 450 cars, and a significant chunk of them will be available for auction in the region. And so it's unique. In addition to that, Ferrari Experience is going to be a part of this. There'll be other karting demonstrations, monster truck stuff, and so there's really a fairly wide gamut. And again, that's part of the piece of this that makes it exciting for us, because it's not a niche play. I mean, this is a big festival that will have all different kinds of aspects, and the population is so excited about opportunities like this. We know that there's going to be a lot of people, and they're going to be jazzed up and excited about being there.
Do we have any estimates on an audience size? Do they have any idea how big this thing's supposed to be?
Yeah, so the conservative estimates are 250,000 people over the course of the event. The reaction to it is super passionate. I mentioned that the WWE was there and had their first event. It sold out in an hour.
Oh, wow.
So there is interest, and anybody who has any connection to our market and has social media knows exactly what's happening in the Saudi Arabia market and how passionate they are about this. So I think that that's a conservative estimate. And again, it's not just going to be from the kingdom; it's going to be regionally and globally. So I think we're onto something really exciting here, and it's something that we're happy to be a part of.
So, say I've got a manufacturing business in the automotive aftermarket, and I want to be part of this. How do I get involved?
On this video, we've got a link that we've created for people to submit interest to being involved in this. There is a limit to how many people we can bring to this, and again, you're right. It's an exciting opportunity. But if people click on the link that's on this video, submit their stuff through our form, we'll get back to you, and that's the best way to get in touch with us.
Okay, so that's the first step. Now the second step is, again, if I'm an automotive aftermarket manufacturer, am I going there to retail my parts to consumers? Am I there to create business relationships with installers or retailers? I mean, what is my audience? So
the answer is both. So this will absolutely be a consumer event, but we're working with a number of different constituencies within the kingdom and in the region to make sure that we connect that business to business opportunity. We know manufacturers want to have that extension. We've got connections and experience that we've leveraged for years in doing those types of things, and so there will absolutely be a component of that. We've been talking to the folks at the Department of Trade and the Department of Commerce about how we get that component of it brought in. We've been talking to the people in the kingdom about organizing shop tours and finding local distributors and things along those lines. So there certainly will be a B2B component of that. In addition to that, we're going to organize a series of functions that'll happen throughout the time of the event that will be specific to B2B and some education about what it means to do business in the region.
Oh, excellent. Training seminars and whatnot.
Exactly.
Excellent. Okay, well, I mean, I guess the only other questions that I would have as a business owner going over there, and you mentioned it, there's going to be assistance possibly with constructing my display and managing that over there.
The thing that we keep running into is it sounds too good to be true, right?
That's where I'm going.
And that's, candidly, when we first got involved in it, that was the first question that we had, is this too good to be true? We've realized that it's not. This is a very smart endeavor, part of a much larger strategy to redefine not only the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, but to a larger degree the region. Anything you read about Vision 2030, about the transformation that they're undertaking, about the budgets they have to make that happen, you will see that the dots all connect. And so we'd love to have the opportunity to talk with every manufacturer that wants to be involved in this, take them through, answer those questions that they have, take them through the process. So far, every single person that we've taken through that process has said, I'm very interested in being a part of this.
Oh, I can imagine, and that's a great point of reference. That there's research about the whole Vision 2030 program and Saudi season. So this isn't an unknown concept at this point.
No, not at all. And interestingly enough, I mean, that was part of the education process that we went through. And as I started to research it and came up with the pieces that are out there and brought them back to our board of directors and our management, it's a very easy connection of the dots, and it's very easy to see the end goal of what they're trying to create here and how it ties into that Vision 2030.
And I mean, I guess another question somebody might have is, Bonnier is strong with events, but this is definitely going to be a feather in your cap to be able to bring this to life.
It is, and we've gone through some changes recently. We are really excited about the transformation of our business, about redefining what we're doing in the off-road and motorsport space, which is where this fits. Obviously, Bonnier Events goes across a lot of different things, but this is one of the things that is the hallmark that we're about. We've brought in some people that eat, sleep, and breathe this market and have brought us, in my mind, to a new place. And so we're excited to talk to everybody, not just about what we're doing in Saudi Arabia, but how we're redefining our business and how this is going to be a piece of it.
Dynamite. Well, it's exciting to me. It should be exciting to anybody who's in this business because the opportunity, we all know that those customers are special over there and they present some amazing opportunities. It's not always easy to get right in front of them.
It's not, and this is a unique platform, one that I think will set a precedent for a lot of years to come about what's going to happen in that region.
Very cool. Well, Jonathan, thank you for the information.
My pleasure, sir.
There'll be a link in the video, either in the comments or on screen. We encourage you to click it and learn more, and thanks for sharing.
Thanks very much.
Mm-hmm.